Welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be painting another one of these little chappies. Now we have a tie between B and C. We've had B as the winning vote so far, but we got up this morning and found that C has been requested as well, so it's two each. So what we're going to do is make it fur. I'm going to get a dice tray out, zoom out a little. There we have a dice. Sorry, we have a dice tray and our 20-sided die. Odds, it's B. Evens, it's C. Okay? There we are, not moved it. And as you can see, it's 18, so it's an even number, so we are painting C. So that was the furthest I could think of doing. So let us bring chappies back and we can laddie her on there. So we can take this one off here, and we can take one. I'll take this one off here. Do exactly what we did last time. There we are, and I'll just move that underneath. There we go. C, A, B, C and D. Let's do this at a bit more of an angle. In fact, let's get onto this one as well while we're here. There we are. So we have A, B, C and D. They are the ones that's left. So I'll pop them over to one side for the time being, and we will focus on this woman. There we go. I'm just going to take this off for a little bit. I'm not too fussed about it being on the base, because obviously these bases are coming off here. That's not an issue. So we have like a rifle, half a shaved head, long coat, shorts, boots, shoes and socks. Was like a t-shirt and a chain from ear to nose on one side, wrist with studs, a wrist guard with stud. Okay, so we know what we're doing, so we're not going to be surprised as time goes on. So let us pop that over there, get our brushes out. Here we go, and we'll start off with our colours. So, to start off, just to surprise everybody, the Crag Blue. Now with this for the base coats, what I'm going to do is basically just start painting and what sort of I'm looking for? Start painting, then go into fast forward with a bit of music, just to cut down the length of time of the videos. Obviously for the shorts there's only a little bit to do, and a few of the other things, or any of the other things that doesn't have much in the line of painting, then I'll carry on talking through. In fact, I don't want the shorts yet. I've just got the thing in my head about blue shorts when I'm doing these, or blue trousers when I'm doing these. What I want first of all is skin tone, and I feel like a different colour of skin tone. So let's have a look, see what we can find, shall we? Oh, where is that one? Oh, I'm looking for it and it's on the side here. Oh, blessed idiot. Yes, Bugman's Glow is the one we're going with. We'll get there eventually. So, let's get our brush out and we can start putting our paint onto the palette. Yes, we've got a nice dark-ish base for the skin. I'm just going to put the room light on, so hopefully we've got a little bit more illumination on the palette. There we are. Not sure whether that's helped or not, but there we are. Never mind, it will do the job. So we'll just dampen our brush, shake it off, and get into the Bugman's Glow. And skin. Anywhere where there's flesh, we'll have this painted. But as I said, I'm going to let you listen to some music while I paint these. This is about the last bit I need to do really for the skin, and you may have noticed that there's a gun holster, handgun holster there. I'm just touching up areas here and there just to make sure we've got everywhere. And that's about it really. Coverage of that has gone on quite well. There we are. Okay, so oops, I should have put that there. And now we can go on to t-shirts, jeans. So, yep, jeans time. So, the Crag Blue. To be honest, I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to take this straight out of the pot. It's a damp brush, so I'll just do that. That will do the job quite nicely. We don't need anything more to be done. Just need to make sure that everywhere where we think it's shorts gets a covering. There we go. That's about it. Hope you saw that. If you didn't, I do apologise. Next we have, what do we have next? Let's have a look. T-shirts. Let's go with, let's try this one. Dracairo Orange. Yeah, I'm just looking for differences sometimes. So just take this from the pot because there's not much to work with here. There we are. And just use a little bit under there just to show that the t-shirt comes down that far. But there we go. Not a vast amount showing. And I'm not even going to attempt to highlight it either. That will do. I'm going to keep that out because I'll use it for a different mini. Okay, we are going for a big area now. Let's go for the jacket. Okay, I want something leather-like. I know what we'll use for that. Doombull brown. That's the one we'll use. So, as you can see, it's not a great. This is not a mini for using a lot amount of paint. There we are. So the Doombull brown is on there. Let me shift that as well. And we'll just go and run this all over the coat. That's the coat almost finished. Just get the end of the sleeve there, and oops, underneath the hem, or up underneath the bottom of the jacket. That will do nicely. I think that is now done. That's not going to make any difference under there because it'll be in shadow. I'm just going to make sure that all the areas of coat is covered in this colour. There you are. Quite happy with that. Or will be when I've got no grey showing. Said every woman in a hairdresser's ever. Oh dear. Okay, so that is that for that part. Okay, so next we have what can we do next? So we have boots, we have a big gun, we have kind of like a belt or something here. If that's a little bit more of this coat colour needs to go on. Doombull brown. Oh yeah, that will do nicely. The socks. socks, socks, socks. What colour shall we give to our socks? In fact, what I'm going to do is take some of the Bugman's Glow and the Duneball Brown and mix them together and add a little bit of the McCrag Blue. There we go. Let's change that colour quite a bit. That's the colour we use for our shoes. There we are. One side first. And next side we'll have the shoes. Yep, there we are. Happy with that. There we go. And for socks, let's do a Shabty Bone. Oops. Looks like you for the skin tone with you. This was Shabty Bone there. Oops, sorry. Realised I was off camera then. And my brush is damp enough that I can take the paint straight out of the pot rather than transfer it over to the palette, and we're not using all that much anyway. And there we are. And if this looks a little bit bright at the moment, don't worry about it. It dries darker than it actually is, but we're going to put a wash on anyway over the top, so it's not going to be as bright when we come round to highlight. There we are. Okay, next step will be what the holster, this leather armband, yeah, we'll go with those, the holster and the leather armband. Just want to make sure the top of the socks get covered. Yeah. So I know what I'm going to do for the holster. That's an easy one. I'm going to take a little bit of Corn Red. In fact, let's just use no, it's still in the pot of water. I'm not really bothered about this brush at all. It is not a brilliant brush, so I'll get some of this Corn Red. And I think on the last video I did, I put this down as Wasdaka Red. Speaking of the last video, I need to go back to that mini for one small piece, which we'll do at the end of this. that's that one, and into that we'll have a little bit of Abaddon Black. So I'll put some of this down. As well, pop the brush into the water and we'll get our red and over here and our black here, and mix the black into the red. Put a little bit of the Doom Bull Brown in there as well. That will do nicely. So we have that for the holster. It. For all intents and purposes now she's done, but I want to do something else with her. The last fellow we did with green hair, was it the last fellow, the fellow before we did with green hair? No, it wasn't. It was the last woman we did with red and green hair. And as you can see there. This time we're going sticking with the green and mouldy clothes. But this time we're not doing red and green. We're just sticking with a green kind of look for her. There we are. And we'll give her that colour of her anyway, and we'll see how we go after we need to, after we've washed it, just to see how we can highlight. We might add a paler colour along the top, like a yellow, which might seem a nice idea. Oh yeah. And we'll just make sure that everywhere is called this green colour. That will do nicely. And now back into the Pugman's Glow, just to touch up on the ear and this side of the face and under the chin, because it was looking a little too grey. I'll just give her a second coat. Let me just pop some colour down just to make sure it's all how we want it. And that won't do. Yeah, quite happy with that. Now, just give us a couple of minutes or two just to make sure that it's all sorted out and dried. Because I want to go over with the wash next, and then when we come back we can start doing the highlights and the finishing touches. That's what we have. But we're going back, I think it's to this fella. It is. I noticed something I forgot to do at the end of the last video. So I want to bring in a CD palette, and using just a little bit of plate mail metal, just a little dab there. Get some on our brush, and we'll just do the tips of these belts, because it does have a metal triangular tip to the belt. Yeah, and that's what I forgot to do at the end of the last episode, or the last video. I'm happy now, that's done. So you can go away, and I can come back to you. It looks now that it's all nicely dried. I'm happy with that. So again, with CD palette, and this time all we had here is the flash wash and the dark tone. I wanted mid-brown. That won't do nicely for what we want, and it's getting an all over wash with this. There we go. And I'm just going to use this brush while it's handy, and everywhere gets coated. Okay, we're back, and she's dry now. Looking a little glossy, but that's the wash rather than anything else. So let's see what we can do here then, shall we? Let's start by going back into the base colour for the flesh. And picking out some of these highlights. Well, not necessarily the highlights, but some of the raised areas. We don't want to go into the recesses, because that would defeat the purpose of doing the wash. Why is this wash so glossy? That's what I want to know. Never noticed that before. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah. Okay, as I say, all we're doing is just picking out the base colour for the flesh, the mid-tone. We're not looking at highlights at the moment. There we go. And next, got this area. Obviously it won't look glossy by the time I've finished, because I will be adding a, what you may call it, a matte varnish to this. But the last thing I want is it looking glossy. Because flesh isn't glossy. Neither is leather. Does have a bit of a shine to it when it's new and polished, but I can't see the leather in this instance being polished. Yeah. And that's that bit.